The Australian cricket team is here in Pakistan playing a historic test series, the first in this South Asian nation in 24 years. And the Australian and Pakistani teams are learning of this awful news in the middle of a test match. Pat Cummins has released a video statement from his hotel room. The captain is with the rest of the Australian team under very tight security in his hotel here in Islamabad. But Pat Cummins has said something that a lot of this generation's cricketers have said, that Warne was an inspiration to them growing up.
Warne was an all-time great, a once-in-a-century type cricketer, and his records will live on forever. We all grew up watching Warne, idolising him. We all had posters on his wall, had his earrings. We love so much about Warne. His showmanship, his charisma, his tactics, the way he just willed himself and the team around him to win games for Australia, and probably above all else, his incredible skill as a leg spinner.
I've also spoken to Shoaib Akhtar, Pakistani cricketing legend, who was a part of that heyday of cricketers alongside Shane Warne. Shoaib Akhtar and Shane Warne played against each other over many years. Shoaib Akhtar said they were also very good friends. And he said that when Warne came out on the field, he would get scared. But what he has also said is that this country, Pakistan, which is obsessed with cricket, will be mourning the loss of this iconic cricket player.
Well, I'm utterly shocked. I cannot believe my ears what I'm just hearing. One of the finest cricketer, one of the finest human being, one of the greats of all time. Simply, if you have to pick three names out of this world for the last 2 centuries, the Warne has to be a number one.
Pakistani cricket captain Babar Azam has also released a message saying that Shane Warne was an inspiration to generations of spin bowlers. Now, on the second day of the test match against Australia and Pakistan, we know there will be many tributes on the field from major players, and there will be heartfelt condolences from the Pakistani people.
Avani Dias in Pakistan there. Now, there's been a huge reaction from athletes around the world. Dave Warner has taken to social media saying, "Two legends of our game have left us too soon. I'm lost for words and this is extremely sad. My thoughts and prayers go out to the Marsh and Warne family. I just cannot believe it. RIP, you will both be missed." And Boris Johnson over in England says he's totally shocked and saddened to hear about Shane Warne, a cricketing genius and one of the nicest guys you could meet, who also did a lot to help disadvantaged kids into sport. Shows Warne's legacy there when the Prime Minister over there is obviously talking about Shane Warne. Brian Lara, one of his great foes and friends on the cricketing pitch, says he's speechless at the moment. "I literally don't know how to sum up this situation. My friend is gone. We've lost one of the greatest sportsmen of all time." His condolences go out to the family. Rip Warne, you will be missed. Nathan Lyon, of course, who is playing over in Pakistan at the moment, just said he's absolutely lost for words. The true GOAT, Rip Warne. Adam Gilchrist, of course, a teammate of Shane Warne for much of his career, said he's numb. "The highlight of my cricketing career was to keep wicket to Warne. Best seat in the house to watch. The maestro at work. Have often felt a tad selfish that Hills and I pretty much exclusively are the only ones that had the thrill and the pleasure at test level." Rip Warne, what a sight that would have been, of course, standing behind the stumps to Shane Warne, who he still has the most wickets of any Australian bowler. Such an incredible effort. And we'll go now to David Lipsome, who is outside Lord's Cricket Ground in London. David, thanks very much for your time. What's the reaction been like over there this morning?
Well, Jared, I think it's the same as it is in Australia, just shock and disbelief that this legend of the game has died so young and so suddenly. Here at Lord's, of course, this is the home of cricket. This is where Shane Warne won every single test that he played at. So during those years when he was playing international test cricket in particular, it was test cricket that he won every game at here. He wasn't, I suppose, someone that the local fans wanted to cheer on because he was just so intimidating. He was just so good at what he did. But with the passage of time, I think there's been a great deal of respect and an affinity with Shane Warne that's developed in this country, and particularly, I suppose, his 7 years playing with Hampshire County Cricket here. He captained that team for 4 years. And at the local pub here tonight, the Tavern, which is right next to the cricket ground here, we spoke to a bunch of people, and a couple of Australians too, and they really were just shocked and shared some of their memories, some of them who knew him personally, with us. Have a look.
Last year we worked with him he was the coach of the London Spirit, and he was here with the players all the time, and mate, great guy, and as I said, hero of mine growing up, and was, really sad.
I was really shocked. I've looked after Shane here, close protection a few times. Nice guy, very, very surprised. Big shock, very big shock.
And David, it says a lot about Warne's influence, doesn't it, that despite being involved in so many great battles against England, the respect they seem to have for Warne is still very much evident.
Yeah, absolutely. A great deal of respect for him. And we heard that as well, a statement from the Hampshire chairman, Rod Brainsgrove. Have a listen to this. He said, for me, Shane Warne stands alone as the greatest spin bowler of all time. He was also an inspirational leader and brilliant tactician. Off the field, he was competitive, fun, naughty and lovable in equal measure. He used to say, quote, "Just because I occasionally do stupid things, it doesn't mean I'm stupid." And he couldn't have shown greater self-awareness. Also worth pointing out, of course, that Shane Warne became known to many people here outside of the cricket world because of his 3-year relationship with actress Liz Hurley. And they were engaged at one point, of course. They never got married, but that, I think, really made him a superstar and a personality, a true star amongst all people in this country, not just cricket fans and lovers of sport.
Yeah, absolutely. A star right across the world. David, thank you very much for your time.